Hey yo, hello, hello, hello. Another one like the other one, and some more of it. This is Liquid Courage. I am your host with the mother most Beethoven, the innovator. Now that we are nice and settled in on this oh so lovely Tuesday hype, that's right. It is Thirsty Tuesday, and it is the hype of Tuesday. What's today? What's today? What's today? I really don't remember the day, but I know it's a month in May. It's the 2nd of May. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in. Sit down, kick your feet up, stay a while. You know how it goes. We're going to have ourselves a sip and relax. All right. Now, to the wonderful world of quirky news that make you go wowzers, zoinks, jinkies, and all of those fun stuff. So on Friday, a woman had a loud and full body orgasm during the LA Philharmonic concert. A full body orgasm. Now I know people are gonna say, well, how is that? Yeah, I get excited about music, but there's nothing orgasmic about music. Really? Are you sure? I don't think you're sure about that because I wasn't sure about that either. Oh, by the way, I'm also sipping on this nice chilled Modelo Oro, and it is a light beer, 90 calories for those that care. It's 3 carbs for those that care. It's about 4%. It's a good daytime beer, right? You have to kick back the barbecue, what have you. And it's Modelo's version of Michelob Ultra. So if that's what you into, have a sip. It's always good to find new things to kind of sip on during the summer. And this is a great sip right here. Great, great, tasty beverage. And of course, I'm still sipping on Earl Stevens E40 Fonzarelli. Yay, area stand up. The Tycoon Cognac. That's also what I'm sipping on. Excuse me. I stumbled and fumbled over my words because I was a bit excited. Anyway, back to the woman having a an orgasm, right? A full body orgasm, right? That's what happened Friday evening, and the orgasm. Uh, no one seems to know what was triggered by it, but it was during a transition of a musical piece during the concert, right? And one person stated that they don't think it was an orgasm at all. They seem to believe she had a medical condition, an episode of some sort. However, several people, including, I believe, either the person who has written the article or someone who was interviewed about the events that transpired within this article, right? Had about 7 to 8 friends sitting throughout the venue who pretty much came to the same conclusion. It's very hard to get some of the audio with this, so I may or may not include it. But if I do find it, it will be included. So hang on, hold on to your hats, put on your seatbelt for this ride. But so anyway, so she had an orgasm. There was a lot of heavy breathing and moaning during her episode, which everyone seemed to be familiar with it being an orgasm. Um, Now, here's the thing. You ready for this? Can music cause an orgasm? You ever heard of the French word frisson? Frisson. Frisson. So what we know to be goosebumps, in French, it's labeled frisson, which is French for aesthetic chills or brief moments of emotional excitement. So when we get that tingling sensation and the chills and what we know to be the goosebumps, it is considered to be a skin orgasm. So that's what you're having when you have the chills typically, especially during moments of excitement, right? So things that I pulled up to read to try to, get more of a definitive answer about music causing an orgasm. The majority of it was this, so I don't know if it's plagiarism on the internet or that's all that's out there to be found. However, I did run across some things that stated that music, the climax of music, can affect us in a sense of the climax of sex. So there has been studies that have correlated the two in such a way that they're just very similar, right? So the climaxing of sex and the climax that you hear in music are considered to be the same. So music can help drive the body to climax, to orgasm. I mean, and it only makes sense because how many of us, want that one song on, or, want that one song on repeat, or want to play an album and all these different things, right? And it seems to heighten the feeling of the sexcapade that we are then engaged in at that time, right? So I think this is absolutely amazing. I think there should be more studies on it if it hasn't been already, but for a full body orgasm. And I heard some audio of it, but it was very quick, really short. And it sounded like an orgasm to me. So I'm going to try to find it. It'll be somewhere around the video. I don't know. I'm going to find it and put it in the description of the video, if I'm able to, actually. But it sounded like an orgasm to me. And it was the moaning and the bellow out of the noises that were made seemed to be an orgasm. Shout out to the LA Philharmonic concert that took place, man. Shout out to that orchestra. Shout out to the conductor, right? I've never heard of this. A woman having a full body orgasm during a concert. Round of applause, because that means that your music was on point. Some people can't give a woman an orgasm. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for a woman to get an orgasm with actual sex. So for a woman to have a full body orgasm during that concert at the LA Philharmonic concert, man, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I tip my hat off to everyone that was playing an instrument and the conductor conducting, because that's awesome. And of course, a huge part of me wish I could have been there to see it and or hear it, right? To be a part of that, just to say I was there, just to say I was in the building. I would love to have been a part of that, for sure. Man, a full body, can you imagine? Could you imagine you sitting there listening to your favorite rap song, right? You listening to your favorite rock song, you know what I'm saying? You listen to your favorite pop song, somebody throwing Rhythm Nation, Janet Getting Busy, and you just, woo, that'd be something else. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, I would love to have a full body orgasm listening to some Janet. Or maybe Jill Scott, that'd be cool too. And all you fellas out there, you know why everybody want a little piece of Jill, huh? You know what I'm saying? She is really the microphone controller. Hello. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody who's seen it, because I did. Not live and direct, but I seen the video. And oh boy, she is definitely a microphone controller. Is it okay to say that Jill Scott is one of the best MCs? Nah, but for real though, you know what I mean? That would be something, right? To have a full body orgasm. You sitting there doing the Cabbage Patch to some old school 90s hip hop. You just break down, you feel me? That'd be cold. That'd be cold right there. I would love to see it. And it would most likely be one hell of an experience. To just cream your pants. Woo! See a lady clean, see a female twerking, right? See a woman twerking, and she just break it down low and have an orgasm. Ooh, that'd be interesting to see. I think if we all could have an orgasm, choose to have a full body orgasm while listening to one of our favorite songs, we would. We definitely would. Sure. Some Patrice Rushen. Ooh, you remind me. You know what I mean? Woo. That's man, that's something else right there. That'll wait. Mm-hmm. Haven't you heard? I'm looking for you. I'm still on my Patrice Rushen, man. I better get it. Know something about it. You see her back there. You see her back there right here. That's my girl. You see Patrice Rushen chilling. Let me get down. Wait. You can see Patrice Rushen back there. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, see, look at me. I'm all excited, dribbling at the lip. Excuse me, my bad. Got excited about that full body orgasm. Listen to some of your favorite tunes. You know what I mean? That'd be great. That will be great. Now, I'll be right back. Let's see what we're gonna talk about. Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Liquid Courage, and you're still listening to your host with the most Beethoven, the innovator. So, riddle me this. Why do people have private conversations, but then want everybody to hear? This is what I mean. You know, you're out at the store, the gas station, fast food joint, wherever, right? You just somewhere, and you got somebody like this, right? They on the phone. Yeah. Because you feel me? Yeah. Girl, he did this, he did that, yeah, da. This, that, and the third. And some of you cats out there need to cut it out, having all that big boss talk in public. Cut the crap. Yeah, man, you see what I'm talking about? Because I thought bit, and then whoop. You ain't really doing what you're talking about. That's not entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, you look foolish out there, screaming into your phone, trying to be cool. There's nothing cool about that. And for you fellas out there, let me tell you this. I said it before and I'll say it again because it correlates to what I'm talking about right now. These ladies don't care about how tough you are pretending to be. Because all I got to do is pull a Notorious B.I.G. Creep her from behind. What's your name? What's your sign? And all that rah-rah shit is by the wayside. They're not even gonna care about that anymore. They don't really care about it at the moment. It's just, you know, you're something to do. And for you ladies out there, the fronts y'all be putting on, faking it to make it. We don't, I mean, you ain't gotta have the fake ass, the fake tits, the fake lips, all the makeup, you know what I'm saying? 7 pounds of makeup on your face, the fake hair, and out there being loud and grabbing shit out the air and all that. We don't care about all that. Because soon as that sophisticated, nerdy, quiet chick pull up looking different, walk in looking different, that's what we own. We own that over there. We ain't on this. Whatever that, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, being loud in public and having these conversations in public on your phone, your Bluetooth in, whatever you got going on. Ladies, we don't care about any of that fake big boss talk. Fellas, we don't care about any of that fake big boss talk. Nobody cares. You wanna prove you cool and you big and you bad and you the baddest and you the dopest, you the toughest, you the coolest. You wanna prove that? Put your credit score on your screen and show everybody your credit score. Pull up with a 720. You know what I mean? And show everybody your credit score. 750, 760, something like that. You know what I mean? Pull up with the credit score. Pull up with the deed to the house you just bought. Pull up with the pink slip to the new car you just bought, that you just purchased with your hard-earned money. Show people your taxes that you've been filing on time. You want to be big, bad, the biggest, the baddest, the coolest, the dopest, the truest, and all that? Do that. Do that. And I guarantee you, fellas, if you show that credit score and you show what you rocking from your hard work and that credit score, oh, they gonna fall in. They gonna pour in. Ladies, same thing. If you show that you hold your own, you know what I mean, and you got that fat credit score, you know what I'm saying? You got that whip in your name and you bought it cash, you know what I'm saying? A house, you got that credit up, you just doing things like that, the dudes will flock to that. Because even if somebody do not have it. If I do not have it and I'm trying, I'm attracted to the woman that does, or that's doing what I'm trying to do, or that has the same vision or a similar vision as me. It has to be something that's going to correlate. Not something that's going to infiltrate. You dig what I'm saying? Something that's going to correlate, meaning be relatable. Not anything that's going to infiltrate. You dig what I'm saying? You want to pretend to be, so you come in and see where I'm at or what I got good, and then boom, you hit me with the he and you remix me and don't really be about what you about. Don't nobody want that. So keep the big boss talk amongst bosses, because when you're doing it out in public, ladies and gentlemen, nobody really cares. The reason why I'm bringing that up, because this happens this happens fairly often, where I go somewhere and I see people and they like, oh man, woo, 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 this, that, and the third, and they talking to people on the phone, but it's like, it seems that when certain people enter into the area in which they're in, then they want to get tough or try to talk a little more slick, or whether, and sometimes it's not even over the phone. Sometimes it's women out with their lady friends, it's dudes out with their dude friends or their girlfriend, because a lot of dudes act like that with their women. Women don't typically act like that when they out with they man, so I can't really call them out on that at that moment, but they do it, but it's usually amongst their friends. Men, we tend to do it when we with our lady, with our boys. It don't even matter. We do it over the phone. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what opportunity we get to try to stage, how cool we are, how slick we are, how tough we are. Because let me tell y'all, when you do that, you know what ends up happening? Somebody want to try your toughness. Somebody want to try you to see if you really that slick. Oh, he talking all this and that. Well, I know he messed with baby over here. Oh, she talking all this and that. I know she messed with dude over here. So then they gonna test you. Oh, okay, you this, you that. Well, let me see how solid you is to the game you say you about, right? And they gonna test you. So in order to, we get tested on a daily anyway. Life is just a test in itself. So why put extra weight on what you already struggling to carry, right? If you working it out, right? And you set up 165, 185, just throwing up whatever your weight is, right? Boom, boom, boom. Why put an extra 90 pounds on there when you don't have to? Or when you may not be ready for it? That's what you got to ask yourself. Because some people say, oh man, why am I always in these situations? We out there, big boss talk. You big boss talk. You know what I mean? And everybody, the big boss talk. You the king, you the queen, you on your throne. Where everybody wants to dethrone somebody. Not everybody like saying I want to, she want to, he want to, they want to. But a lot of people just want what somebody else is perceived to have. So if the perception from me to you is, oh yeah, they got it. Just like for all you that seen what was that on Belly? When they was in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Nebraska, whatever it was, like that. And bruh had, bruh was eating a banana. He was like, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. There's always somebody around listening and looking. I don't like that shit. So that big boss talk, all it does is bring energy that you don't really want and you definitely do not need. So please, ladies and gentlemen, keep the loud big boss talk to a minimum. It's unfortunate, but you have people that are being murdered and taken advantage of, and they move in silence in a sense, right? Yeah, you can't move in a way to where you're forever quiet and kind of like out of the vision of hatred, right? But you have people that move in silence in such a way that they don't bother anybody. They don't do nothing but be themselves. And that still bothers other people, right? And they're just doing what they like to do, being how they want to be for self. And it still rubs people the wrong way for whatever reason, right? So just imagine that that's happening, and then you put more gasoline on the fire just because. You warm, everything's thawed out, right? You warm, there's no reason to make the fire bigger because everything is warm, right? The temperature is perfect, as we say. The temperature is perfect, right? But then you want to pour gasoline on fire, make the fire bigger, then you make the fire bigger, and now it becomes uncontrollable. Now you have this uncontrollable flame. So keep the big boss talk to a minimum, ladies and gentlemen. I try to move in my own lane at all times. I don't care which direction I'm going in. North, east, west, south. I try to move in my lane. Up, sharp left coming, boop. But I'm going to try to stay in my lane. That's actually how I drive on the road, too. Just stay in my lane. You turn like this. And you always got the person that on the inside always turn kind of wide. Nah, you turn in your lane. That's why it's 2 lanes to turn, because people need to turn in their lane. Stay in your lane, people. It's real easy to do. If you slow down like you're supposed to and cruise through life like you're supposed to and stop trying to speed up to cut people off. See what I'm saying? Because now you sped up, cut somebody off. Now they irate. See what I'm saying? We're requesting energy that we don't even want, let alone need. Right? So keep the boss talk to a minimum. Nobody needs to know that you just got out of jail. Nobody needs to know that you just won a lottery. Nobody needs to know that you just bought some Jordans. Nobody needs to know you just got a 24-inch weave. Nobody needs to know you just got your car painted. You let things be visual. When we allow things to be visual, again, you can't stop nobody from being negative and putting out that hatred energy, right? But you can control how you navigate around it, through it, by it, right? You can control yourself. There's a lot of things that we don't need to know. It's so bad that because people are used to people on the big boss talk on their phones with the big boss talk, out in public with their friends and trying to be tough and be the coolest and be all this, that when you don't tell people stuff, They be like, "Oh man, why you didn't tell me?" Because I didn't know I had to. This is my business, so why I gotta tell you? You know what I mean? But please, people, keep it to a minimum. You know what I mean? There's no reason for everybody that's anybody and that anybody's who are pretending to be somebody's, regardless. There's no reason for people to know your business at all times unless it's something that they need to know. Other than that, keep it to yourself. To be honest, if I may, because I understand the truth is brutal at times, but I think that nobody really gives a damn about what you do. Sometimes people pretend to, but that's just so they could get into your business and get one up on you one way or another. Sometimes people do have ill intentions, sometimes they don't, but they want to know for self for some type of reason. So I'm not going to say nobody really cares, but for the most part, a lot of us do not care. And for me, it's annoying. It's annoying if I go I'm standing in line and I don't know, at Chick-fil-A, right? And I hear this chick with her friends talking about how, oh, he ain't shit. Well, I don't know who he is, but now I know he ain't shit, right? And that may not be the case, right? She's just talking, and that's only one side of the story. But my point is I don't even need to know that, because then I may see you at the fair or the mall or the movies or wherever, the theme park, wherever, and now what you do, and it could be a different dude at the time, I don't know, but my train of thought is gonna be, oh, that's ain't shit dude right there, right? Or it may be somebody I know talking to somebody, and then they finally bring that person around that they've been bad mouthing. And a lot of us don't want to judge, right? Don't want to compare situations, but that's all you know about this person. And I thank God that I was raised to not be the individual to just badmouth people. Even when I feel like people have done me wrong, people can ask me about somebody, and I just, what they're asking, I'll answer it. But I do it in such a way, the best way I know how, to not badmouth them, because your experience with somebody may not be my experience with that person, and vice versa, right? So, good or bad, right? Now, if we have two great experiences with an individual, it's like, okay, yeah. If we have two bad experiences with an individual, okay, then yeah. But if mine is bad and yours is good, or yours is great, yours is bad and mine is great, then, you got to let the person decide at that point, because that's not unanimous, right? So I try not to speak ill will. And when I say I try, I don't. But when I say I try, because it's an uphill battle with that sometimes. Because if you feel somebody wronged you and they name come up or they show up somewhere, it will be kind of hard to not speak about that situation. It's always a work in progress. That's life, baby. That's what it is. You feel me? So, but let me reel it back in. We do not want to know what you had for dinner last night. I don't want to know what sexual favors he or she did. I don't want to know how much money you got from somebody. I don't want to know, even if it's good, right? But to be just in public, big boss talking, it's just, to me, it's embarrassing and it's quite annoying. Because again, I do understand that nobody owns anybody, right? And it's public property, right? Because we're out in public. However, I do believe that people need to be mindful of what they say and what they do around other people. Just because it's courteous to give a damn about your surroundings, people around you and just things like that. So it's just good to, be courteous. Well, that's how I was taught when I was small, right? So it's just some old school ways, I guess you would say, that I'm stuck to and that I believe in, and I will continue to stick to them and believe in. Because if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Hello, slow to speak, quick to hear. Did you hear me though? If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. So I stand tall on how I was raised and the things I was taught. And I appreciate my parents, all my folks in my family, all the OGs, right? All the old heads, as we say, because of the things that they taught me. And that's why I could get here on this microphone in front of this camera and say the things that I say. Now, people will debate them because people have been raised different or just have just a different perspective on it, and that's cool, right? That's why these type of things exist, so the debate can be had, right? Not an argument, a debate. A debate is a respectful conversation, right? Most conversations are a debate when there's a disagreement, if it's done respectfully. And I love that. I love having debates. That's my thing. However, I will say the big boss talk in public is straight garbage. All right. Not saying the individual is, the action is trash. And I just don't condone it. There's nothing cool about it. And yeah. With that said, you are now tuned in for a few more moments of Liquid Courage, your host with the most, Beethoven, the innovator, and Tuesday hype, Thirsty Tuesday hype. Have a sip and relax. A shot and a beer, ultimate. And it's Tuesday, so it's always Taco Tuesday. So, it's not tequila, but it'll get the job done. Shout out to E40 and his spirit friends. I'll be on the vodka sometime soon. I will find it and we will sit here and have a sip and relax. Shout out to 40.